In this video we're going to talk about time trial drone racing. So basically I'm just going to show you all the time trials, how to navigate the course, not in the most efficient way, but you know, I got the result, so you know, it shows that you can make room for mistakes if you're not like the most brilliant at it. So essentially you want to hit pretty much every blue that you can. Obviously, if you use a speed boost R1 before you hit a blue, then that gives you a double speed boost, kind of weird. But yeah, use speed boost as soon as you get it, where you can. Obviously, with time trial, you're going for as fast as you can. So you can see there, I've hit like one or two things already. Obviously, not a perfect run. If you do get a perfect run, you'll be flying around this course easily. Obviously this is later on in the game, so you would have already played all the basic missions and basically just got better at drone racing in general just by playing those. But if you are struggling in any way, shape or form, hit me up in the comments. I will try my best to help you. Obviously you've got an amount limit, which sort of makes the amount of like upgrades that you can put on for each race limited. So obviously in the ultimate championship or whatever, you can put on as much as you want, but to avoid that, I think if you go into sort of after you've done the ultimate championship, once you do the like single play, you can like choose a single race. If you've got like the ultimate build on that single race, which you wouldn't have had in the first place when you were doing the championships, then you can just sprint through most of these races with relative ease. But some of them are pretty hard, obviously, trying to navigate stuff. But the time trials are sort of based off what level you would have been at the time on that. There's some tricky races here. I don't think I include all of them because I think some of them are very basic. It's like, you know, track 1 or whatever is just a big loop where you're just going to speed through. And that's that. Obviously, if you're getting low on health, hit the greens. Learn the tracks before you do them, obviously. In terms of time trial, so you can just practice them. Get used to where, you know, the turns are. Get used to turning properly with the drones. Get used to awkward moments like this, where you have to slow down a bit. Then you can bounce off there. Sprint across, straight through. And try and nail that middle bit. Lovely. But yeah, it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Surprisingly, Lost Judgment is really easy in comparison. I was so surprised at how easy that was. So this is the hardest you're going to have of drone racing, at least in the current games. But yeah, it's a time thing. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to the drones and that. Obviously, if you've already bought all the components for the drones, by the time you're doing this, you'll have a lot better time because you can sort of, you know, you can look up different builds and stuff which might be faster or, you know, more resilient or whatever you need for a certain race. Usually fast is better and boost speed and all that. Sirix again, always a good useful source of information, has guidance on that, and he has a particular set of components that make him a very dangerous man. Now, the particular set of components that like he makes you know, the drone out of, and that's his go-to build or whatever that he got all the time trials on. So a lot of it is the build, so don't fret if you're on like the lower end of the builds and you're struggling. You know, you can buy the better components or whatever. Eventually you'll get through it. A lot of it is just excuse me, Jesus, really died there choking on air. Basically, yeah, I've just distracted myself completely. What a silly thing to do mid-video. Yeah, so a lot of it is just learning the course, learning when to boost, learning when not to boost is also a crucial aspect of it. Because if you've got a lot of speed anyway, sometimes you don't need to boost into these small sort of turns and corners. You'll lose time because you're just crashing into stuff, a bit like I am now. A lot of times you'll find little gaps and stuff which help. But yeah, it's really learning the course, learning the time to boost, learning how to turn is a really useful thing with drone racing effectively, especially when you are boosting. And as you can see, we're just flying around here. Even when we hit stuff, we're still flying. But yeah, you want to hit pretty much as many blues as you can. The good thing about using single player races, for the time trial aspect at least, is that the other drones go really slow and they won't get in your way. Like, they're just there to lose, basically. If you're doing the drone championships, on the other hand, that's a different story. But you can save after every race in the drone championships. So basically, you do race 1, save it before the race, obviously. Do race 1. If you fail to get first place, then quit. Do it again. If you do win first place, go through the sort of menu area and then quit out, and then you'll start basically from that next race rather than going straight into it. So that really does help on the getting first place in all drone championships. Just that basic one. A lot of the drone championships though limit your, as I said before, your sort of build for your drone, so it's a lot more awkward. But yeah, this again, learning the route, getting through certain obstacles and stuff, trying to cut corners. You save a lot of time, or you save the necessary time to get the thing. Obviously healing. At this point, we're doing the single player races. We got a lot of durability, some awkward parts, but for the most part, you'll get it after a while. It did take me a long time to learn it, so I can sympathise with people that aren't the best at these kind of games with drone racing. And as you can see here, we go into red, which is dangerous territory. We kind of nail it on the way out, but sometimes you just gotta boost, ignore it, get the health instead of the boost, and then make that sacrifice just to survive another time. But as you can see, we kind of know the route. You can tell I've done this a few times, at least, just to get that signpost is preposterous, absolutely preposterous. Oof, we are very dangerously close to failing here, incredibly close. We should have failed, let's face it. I think I don't know if there's a perk or something like that, which allows you to get to minimum health and continue. There might well be, so have a look at that in the special skills. Do I go for that? I am absolutely on a renegade path here. He didn't even care. He basically went to 0, just didn't even care, just carried on. That's probably the most aggressive I've played in any drone race, I think. Considering, like, usually, oh my god, what a bad start that was. Usually when I play games, I get very nervous when I'm doing something like a challenge run or whatever this is. It's not exactly a challenge run, but it's kind of the same feeling for me, where this is just, how did I even get a bonus here? This is preposterous. I've lost so much time by bashing into stuff. But as you can see, you don't need to be perfect to do it, so that's one bonus at least. Yeah, but yeah, like, when you're just like proper nervous with it, I don't understand why there's a boost there on either side. Like, I don't understand how that helps. So maybe I'm doing the route wrong or something, or yeah, God knows. But yeah, it's a nervous thing. It's a tricky thing. Once you get good at it, you'll nail it, I'm sure. Just keep practicing again, like with most things in life. The more you do it, the better you get, for the most part. And yeah, you'll learn certain skills and stuff, which is nice. So that's it for this one. I've tried to talk my way through it, but yeah, it is what it is. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video if you watch it. Much appreciated. And yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Take care. Peace out.
ここだ。